Hello and welcome to Alan History Nerd. I'm making this video as the new college year of 21-22 is about to start, and I just want to reintroduce the channel and just tell everybody a bit about what it's about and what's going to be going on and what's there to help you and all the different playlists and things that we've got, because the channel's now got quite big in terms of the number of videos. There's over 300 videos on here now, so it might take a little bit of navigating around. So the basis of the channel is it is here to help. It's here to help mainly A-level history and A-level politics students, obviously in particular those that I teach at Thomas Rotherham College, but also students in all other schools and colleges who just want that little bit of extra stuff, want to find out that bit more about history and politics, and maybe need that little bit of help with a bit of content video or a bit of technique video or something that will just hopefully help push you along and help you be achieving it. And for anybody else, just stuff to help capture your imagination and answer questions and things that you might have about history and politics. So there are a range of different types of videos on here. So there are some that are just essentially course content. So I work my way through specifications, through units, and I try and cover all the key areas that you need. Some of these content videos will be quite long and will have lots and lots of detail in. There's also a range of my done in 60 seconds ones where I will take just one little bit and I will try desperately to get through it in just 60 seconds. A way that I use these, and I think other teachers are using them as well, is as flipped learning. So we say, right, you are going to be studying this bit of Henry VII's foreign policy, or this bit of political ideology, or how Parliament works, or the American Constitution next lesson, and here's a video on that bit of content. I want you to watch it in anticipation, and then hopefully what that does is it raises the kind of level of discussion and level of understanding in the lesson, because you've already done that bit of listening to me or someone who's explaining that content before you get in, and you can then do something in your lessons. There are lots of videos in here on different exam techniques for both politics and for history, for the specifications that I cover, and so that could be useful. There's kind of hints and tips on how to get high grades. There's some stuff where I work through some examples and things like that. And the other way that you can use this is just reinforcing content. So it might not be something you watch before the lesson, depending on how you and your teacher decide to use it. It might be that you've done it, but memory is a difficult thing. People don't tend to just remember something that they covered just by listening to it once in a lesson or watching it once on a video. So it might be that you've done a topic and then you go back and you look at the videos just to make sure you've got everything in your notes that you need, and to kind of reinforce what's happened in the lesson to that day when you've got time to pause it and rewind it. I mean, I always say to my students, the advantage of kind of virtual digital Alan is that on YouTube I have a pause button, I have a rewind button, and therefore if I'm rushing through content in lessons and you don't quite get it, or whoever's teaching you is rushing through content in lessons, you don't quite get it, this gives you an opportunity to go back and replay it. The time of year where the channel seems to be most popular is the time of year when people are revising, and the stuff that you did 18 months ago and suddenly you have to remember it at the end of your course, or 6 months ago you did it and you're doing a unit practice test, or you're doing a practice essay, or you're doing a mock exam or end of year exam, and suddenly you get the stuff that you learned ages ago. And these videos can be used therefore to help go back over how you do the different techniques, and to go over the various bits of content. There might be a particular bit of content that you missed because you were away when that bit was covered in your class. There might be a bit you just didn't get and you need to reinforce it. So there's lots of videos on here of varying lengths that should help you with all those different bits. Right. What I've done is I've divided the content on the channel into different playlists. So in terms of A-level history units, there is a playlist on the Tudors, 1485 to 1603. It's pretty much complete for Henry VII and Henry VIII. There's a bit of work that I will be doing in terms of filling in some of the second year content stuff. Again, I've not got everything yet on Elizabeth, but that will be coming. I will be doing that. There's a playlist on 1H, Tsarist and Communist Russia. This is 1855 to 1964. And again, the content for the first half of that course I did last year as I was going through and taking my new cohort through it. And I am going to be continuing to add videos to that as I'm teaching it and going through it with my second year classes. We've got America, A Nation Divided. This is the American Civil War Unit 2J. And again, there are videos actually on this one going all the way through, right from kind of circa 1845 and at the very beginnings of the kind of the tension between the North and the South, all the way through the Civil War and then through the period of Reconstruction. Again, quite a reasonably comprehensive list of videos for that particular unit. Again, as I go through, I'm sure I will add more in, and if there's bits that you feel are missing, bits you need more information on them, please give us a shout. A new one that I've started on over this summer, not actually one, this is why it's a different colour. This is not one why we actually teach at TRC, but is a unit I'm interested in, and I know some people who are going to be studying this, so I've agreed that I'll stick some videos on here as well to help them along, which is 2Q, The American Dream, Reality and Illusion, 1945 to 1980. Really interesting bit of American history. I've just started on this playlist, and it will grow and expand and hopefully cover everything by the time we go through the next year or two. And then we've got The Making of Modern Britain. This is 2S, 1951 to 2007. I've done some of the videos on here, but most of them are done by my colleague Tom. And he, again, has worked through most of the way of the first year content, and he will continue adding to that as we go through the next year and we take our first cohort through. If you are coming to TRC to do history, then essentially the two units in blue go together. So if you do what we call our early modern course, you'll do the Tudors and America, A Nation Divided. And if you do our modern unit, our modern option, you will do Tsarist Russia and the making of modern Tsarist and Communist Russia and the making of modern Britain. Those two units will go together. The American Dream is just another one I'm doing on this channel, but it's not actually a TRC unit. And then anybody who's doing A-level history will be on the AQA source will be doing a bit of NEA or non-examined content or coursework, as I tend to call it, and most teachers tend to call it. Where you have a topic which covers 100 years and you have to write a really good essay on it, and you have to evaluate primary sources, and you have to look at different historians' views, and there's various kind of hoops and things you have to jump through. And again, there's a playlist on that as well. So if they are units you are studying, or if they are just bits of history you are interested in, then there are playlists designed for those particular one. And there's also built into that some technique videos looking at how you do source questions, how you do extract questions, which are based on historians' views, now convincing they are, and how you do essay questions. There's so hopefully some slightly entertaining examples in the source and the extract ones, because rather than using one from a particular unit, I did them generically, so they're kind of made up examples pretending to be written by my cat. So something slightly different in that, but hopefully again something that will help you and help you understand how the technique works and all the different bits to go through. So loads and loads of really interesting history topics, and the videos are expanding, and I'm going to add more and more to all those different playlists as time goes on. Now I'm then going to look at the next bit, and what we've got here is the A-level politics units. Now the A-level politics units are designed for edXL, and there are a variety of different playlists. So there's the A-level politics playlist, in which any of the politics videos that I do that go in all the other different components all get shoved. So I think so for my politics students, in terms of these are the options, it's got the options that I teach in it. So it's almost 160 videos now. I think it's 158 videos, and essentially it is everything you need to know for A-level politics as I teach it. I've also broken it down into some smaller playlists. So there's everything for component 1, which is UK politics. So it's things like electoral systems and voting behaviour and democracy and the political parties and pressure groups and all that kind of stuff, paired with the core ideologies of liberalism, conservatism and socialism, and that is what you'd be examined on in component 1. And that component 1 playlist has the exam technique for all the different types of questions you're asked, plus it's got all the content that you need for all the bits in that. There's a component 2 playlist, which again is very similar. It's got all these stuff on UK government, so Constitution, Parliament, Prime Minister, the Supreme Court, all the different devolution, all that kind of stuff in it. And then it's also, we do the non-core ideology, and the non-core ideology I teach is nationalism, and so there is a series of videos on that. If you just want all the political ideas stuff together, when we teach it, we teach political ideas as kind of one block in the middle of the 2 years, and there's a political ideas playlist which has got all the stuff on liberalism, conservatism, socialism and nationalism on it, and it concentrates on the key thinkers and the key ideas, and the questions you need to do on it are based around views on human nature, views on society, views on economy, and views on the state. And so there are individual videos on those different ones, and there's longer videos about key thinkers, and also short ones on the different key thinkers. So hopefully, again, quite a comprehensive package to help you with that. And then we've got US politics. So this is component 3A, which is the optional second year unit that we do, which essentially does large parts of equivalents of unit 1 and unit 2, but looking at the US. And there's loads and loads of really interesting stuff in that. Again, there is a really comprehensive coverage on the politics stuff, but I'm going to have to keep adding to it because politics has this annoying habit of keeping on changing. So those playlists will be added to as time goes on, but it should be, for anybody interested in politics, and particularly anybody studying A-level politics, a really comprehensive set of videos with loads and loads of stuff to help you. And you'll find on there that there's loads of people who ask questions and things like that, which I try and answer. So thank you very much for watching this. If you are taking up your studies at A-level this year, then really good luck to you. If you're moving into your second year into upper sixth, then really good luck to you as well. Hopefully you will find stuff to help you in your studies on here. If you find stuff that you like, then please hit like. If you like this video, please hit like. Tell other people about it. Share the links to the channel, and hopefully we can hit as wide a group of people as possible. And so again, the channel has continued to grow over the last couple of years. We hit about 4,000 subscribers now, which is absolutely brilliant, and hopefully we keep on growing that. And if you haven't done so already, then please do subscribe, and again, you'll then get notifications as I add stuff to all these different playlists, and again, should hopefully prove really helpful to you. Thank you very much for watching.